sponsored by Our Home magazine on newsstands now.
Okay, there's a new way to find the things you need for only a day or a couple of bucks. You can rent Llama. Isn't Llama Rentals, it's a Llama rental service? I've always wanted to rent a Llama, but it's a cool new company where you can rent items for a short period of time. Morgan Porter and Monica Bohannon are here to share how it works. All right, it's called Rent Llama, but I've always wanted a llama, but you guys don't actually rent llamas, do you?
We do not rent llamas or
No
people.
This is a great idea because you're matching up people who have garage space and people who have too much stuff. And tell us how it all works.
Well, certainly. So if you have items that you use, you want to keep, for instance, a generator is a good example of something that you keep for emergency purposes or only use for a short time throughout the year. It's a good opportunity for you to maybe make some money off of it, free up a little bit of space in your garage, make the wife happy.
Yeah, and a couple of years ago when the kids were little, we bought an air compressor. I haven't used that air compressor.
Perfect example.
Once a year when they get the lawnmower out in the spring, blow up the tires. The rest of the time it just sits there. So that would be a perfect way to kind of ease into it, wouldn't it?
You should list it for rent.
List it for rent, and then somebody comes and gets it, and they go through y'all. It's an app, and that's how it works. Is that correct?
Right, just like Craigslist, where you list something for sale, you list it for rent, and then you can choose whether you want it for pickup only, or if you can meet someone or deliver it.
Yeah. All right, so which one of you had the full garage, and which one of you had the empty garage, and where did the inspiration for this come from?
Well, I think we both have full garages, but the idea came to me in my garage, where you have the air compressor. I have a portable generator that we bought years ago when we bought the house. The power was going out all the time, and we thought for sure we would need this generator. We used it once and didn't use it again. And I know if I sell it, I'm going to need it again.
Yeah,
right?
So the day you sell it, the power will go out the next day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I looked around for a safe way to maybe list it for people to borrow or rent, and couldn't find a good solution, so we decided to create it.
Okay, so you got me right at the top there with the name. What's the inspiration for the name? Where does that come from?
Well, we had several name options, and we narrowed it down to a list of 3. Was Gear Split, Rent Stream, and Rent Llama. And we really liked Rent Llama the most because we can incorporate a fun and memorable character. And we can also kind of, I don't know, it's just a great way for people to remember our application, and then they can certainly find us very easily as well.
Well, I mean, it's catching, so it's kind of catching like I did. What? Rent what? And then they check you out, so then everybody has either too much of something or not enough of something else. So obviously that's how that works really well. Is this an expensive process? Because you were saying you've got the generator. If I wanted to rent it for a day, how much are we talking about?
Well, it depends on who owns the item that's being listed. You get to set the prices. So, but if you look through the items that are available now, I think you'll see that most of them are very affordable. And as the property owner, you can list anything for rent. It's free to list items, so it doesn't cost you anything to try it out.
I've been waiting since the whole interview to ask this question. What's the weirdest thing somebody's either offered for rent or rented in Rent Llama?
Well, we had somebody offer their 18-year-old son this morning. But
Well, I'll tell you what,
that's
it's like my 10-year-old son gets a lot more work done than an 18-year-old son. I can tell you that right now. So is there something really odd that's happened?
Well, we do have a robot that you can use for a virtual telepresence robot. So you could rent that and have somebody virtually drive it around a studio or wherever to tour a space, things like that.
Did y'all hear that in the box in the back? We could rent. Yeah. Okay. This is a great idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
I love the idea. Learn more about Rent Llama. It's in the latest issue of Our Home magazine. Find a copy on newsstands. If you don't have a newsstand, you can rent one, or you can subscribe online. richmondmagazine.com/home.